What's up, guys? Today we're going to show you how to do a better Now, a lot of people ask how we do all these camera angles and how we switch. It's actually magic. I can go from my handheld camera to my in-car camera, and all I've got to do is put my hand over the screen. Boom! Welcome to Back Road Driver. I'm Brad Miser, and I love to do burnouts. Now, I'm not going to blow smoke up your rear. I'm not the best in the world. I know if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen I can do a burnout, but there's a lot to learn. Now, in preparation for this video, how to do a better burnout, I've spent over 10 hours watching burnout videos on YouTube because I think this is the best place to get current information, and you don't have to watch the 10 hours. You can just watch this video and you'll know how to do a better burnout. Let's crack the back glass open. Traction control. That is the enemy. Did you see that? It was keeping my truck from really taking off. It started interfering. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what you can do to not have the nannies on your vehicle, the anti-lock braking system and the fuel regulator where it cuts out fuel from going to make more power. We're going to talk about all that today in this video. Let's get started. All right, I'm following my older brother Sam in. He's gonna help us out today. He's got the Eco Beast. May not be your cup of tea. He's got a pretty sick truck. I'll just do a quick walk around on that because we'll do a full review in another video. What's up?
What's up, brother?
What you got? Corona bump. So when I was pulling in here, I noticed you've done something new on the front.
Do some new graphics on the hood. Got the sporty look going on.
Now,
Black and white.
Everybody already making fun of the 6-cylinder. He's getting some mods done on the engine. He's wanting to try to take down the Land Shark.
We may not take down the gray beast over there, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not scared, I'll tell you that. I like a good fight. I know these things are a lot lighter. I know you can get a lot out of that turbo setup, but you got a lot to overcome. We'll do a full review on this in another video. All right, let's talk about burnouts. First thing we got to do is start it up. Sounds good. Sounds way better than a V6. All right, I've got my active exhaust open. Not that that matters at all for a burnout, whether it's on or off. We talked a little bit about when I was, I guess, first getting in the truck and you saw it kind of hesitate a little bit. Traction control was on and it was taking over, and it was basically reducing how much fuel. When my tires started to want to break loose just a little bit, it started reducing the amount of fuel that it would let the engine have, and that's where you had that little hesitation. So in every car, the traction control button is a little bit different. This is step number one. This is the first thing you do. And we're going to walk through every step before we do a burnout. So first thing we got to do is turn off traction control. So there's a button right here on the F150. It might be called DCT, active slip management. There's like a million different things that they say for that. So I'm going to actually push the button here. If I push one time, it says traction control off. Now, you may think that's where it's at, and you can see the little indicator right here now. We've got a little orange button there with little skid marks. Traction control is technically off, but there's another setting beyond that we've got to get to. And if I go back to that same traction button and I hold that button down, it's going to take a good 5 or 6 seconds. You'll see advanced track off. That's what we want. Now the little icon doesn't change, But what we know now is that there's even more nannies turned off, and it's going to let us burn, spin tires, and everything a lot more. I like to drive in this mode because it doesn't restrict fuel. My wheel speed sensors, if my rears break loose just a little bit, like say I'm in all-wheel drive, my rears break loose just a little bit, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to lose traction and slide off the road. But if that's off, my fronts can spin at one speed, my rears can slip and spin faster. It's not going to slow me down and start choking out fuel. It will literally stop delivering fuel fast enough to the engine to be able to put out power if you don't have advanced track off. Right after traction control, the next most important thing is keeping your transmission in first or second gear. There's two different ways to do this. Well, let's talk about a manual. If you're in a manual, put it in first gear, you do your burnout. If you need to switch to second, you can. In an automatic, a lot of people assume it's harder to do a burnout in automatic. You put it in drive and eventually it shifts out. That's true. If you just put it in drive and take off, it's going to shift out of second, third, fourth gear, and you're going to lose your burnout because you're not staying down low enough in RPMs. What we're going to do, and what I like to do, and what I know to be the best practice, there's two ways you can do this. I've got my foot on the brake. I can shift all the way back to M, to manual, and then on the screen you'll see M1. If I hit my plus minus right here on the top of a 18 shifter, I think you're not going to see, we'll talk about 6s and 10s, 6 speeds, 10 speeds here in a second. If I hit the M1 or the plus 1, we're going to go to second gear. If I hit it again, it's going to blink because it won't let me go to third gear right now. So we're literally in second gear right now. The problem with this is I have to shift between first and second. I can't just let the truck shift into second naturally. Now, my preferred method is to go from park down to drive. All right, we got on the D here. You can see 10 gears over here on the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If I hit the minus button on my shifter right here, you're gonna start seeing them disappear. And what I wanna do is go down to where there's only 1 and 2 showing. So what I've got is I'm in first gear, that's orange, but I can go into second gear. So the transmission will naturally go into second gear on its own, and I won't redline and tear something up in the engine, but I've got first and second gear to work with here. I could hit minus one more time and only be in first gear, but I guarantee you I'm gonna redline pretty quick when the tires break loose, and then it's up to me to hit the plus button to get into second gear again. That's fine on a standing burnout. On a rolling burnout, you definitely want to probably go 1, 2, and 3 and then do your burnout, and it'll keep you from redlining and blowing something up. Now, we know you're not supposed to drive with 2 feet if you're driving an automatic. Use your right foot for both the brake and the gas, but when we're doing a burnout, we are going to use 2 feet. Let me show you what I mean. Usually you drive with 1 foot, brake, gas. In this case, we're going to do a burnout with 2 feet. Depending on what kind of engine you have, how big your tires and wheels are, how much power you're actually putting out is going to determine how much of each one of these you use. We know the very first thing we need to do is compress the brake hard. We're going to build a lot of power with the gas pedal. You hear it rev a little bit. After we get the wheels to break loose just a little bit, we may have to let off the brake some. Every car is going to be a little bit different. We're going to work both pedals until we can get the tires to spin, and we're going to be hammering on that gas. You can't be ginger with it. You got to hit it hard. So it's just a fine dance right here to find the happy medium. We're wanting to do standing burnouts today where the truck doesn't move forward, so we're going to stay on the brake a little bit more than usual. So you got your brakes on, and you're actually burning your brakes while you're hitting the power, and you're making the power force through the brakes. So you're actually wearing your brakes out and you're wearing your tires out at the same time. It's awesome. Now you got to remember, it's always burgers before burnouts. You cannot do a burnout without fuel and burgers. You got to have both. All right, so we're going to set these cameras up. We try to do some really neat angles so you can see a burnout from a different perspective. So let's set these up. We'll go ahead and turn it on. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. We're in 2-wheel high. We're going to turn advanced track off hold the button. We've got the windows down. All the cameras are in place. We're in drive. We're shifting down to where only 2 is showing. I'm gonna start with 1 because I think I can make the right shift. Burnout, engage. That I feel like Snoop Dogg.
Now you gotta go get your cameras.
Holy mo! Hold on, I just want to enjoy this. I want to bask in this first.
God.
It's like there's a fire. So we still only got one good tire, and I mean that's just sitting there. That's what not having a locking rear diff will do to you. Look at all this powder. Good Lord, look at that smoke. Tires are pretty doggone sticky. Slung some rubber. All right, that was pretty good. I think we should do it again. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Back road driver, how to do a burnout, take 2. We've already got advanced traction control off. We're in drive, foot's on the brake, 2-wheel high, taking it down to 1st gear. We did have to shift last time. We probably will again, but I'm gonna give it heck. Here we go.
Believe you got both of them that time, son.
Complete carnage.
Believe both of them lit up that time.
I shifted too early. Had to get going again. Thought, why not? Let's just lay some rubber down. She did good. She did good. It's a GoPro. Not as much powder. Didn't set in one spot. It swung a long ways though. That rubber swung 15-20 feet. It's thick here at the beginning. Nice little burnout. This right here, dude, like that's thick. That is painted on. The camera, the GoPro is completely covered up. It's inappropriate to do a burnout somewhere like this.
Or here. You definitely don't want to do donuts in front of a daycare. You definitely don't want to do donuts at a movie theater because there's way too many people around.
Nah, it's COVID-19, son. There ain't nobody here. Watch this video. That's awesome. We appreciate that. But we need you to do us a favor. We need you to subscribe to this channel and turn the bell on. Like this video and leave a comment 1 to 10. Just the number 1 to 10. 10 on those burnouts meant we were Michael Phelps in the pool doing perfect. Michael Phelps, he swims, he races, he don't do dives. We were a diver. Who dives? So 10 is like an Olympic diver. 1 is we need to go get a day job. Give us a comment 1 to 10 on how you like those burnouts, what we can do better. Give us a little feedback. Now, we do it because we love it, but we like to eat steak, so we got to get paid. So take care of us on that. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. We appreciate it. We love you. Peace out. Let's do the Georgia test.
I'd say it's time for new tires. They're past the wear marks.
No. We drive to Florida in these things, man.
Wear strips are gone.
All right. Little rubber action.
Compare them to the fronts.
All right, let's do that. These are ridgeless grapplers instead of ridge grapplers. Oh Lord.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, it's about a 1/2 inch there. Ridgeless grapplers. Time for new ones.
Okay guys, I grabbed his camera because I have to tell y'all something. He did a video today, or filmed a video, and I'm not sure if he told you, but I just wanted you to know that we're all sacrificing here for this channel. He actually got whiplash from, I guess, donuts and all the stuff that he does with his truck. I'm a therapist and I couldn't help him. Sent him to another therapist and she basically said it was whiplash and that he had to rest. So we went to see family the entire Memorial Day weekend and he laid in bed on painkillers and muscle relaxers the entire weekend. It was awful. So I hope you're enjoying these videos because we are sacrificing for it.